Like, did you know what a levee was? Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. I have my Our Lady of Guadalupe coffee mug here. This is the one I always use when I don't know which one to use, which is a good default one. And if you're watching this on the day it was released, you're watching it on Christmas Eve, and you obviously have nothing better to do. I ain't recording this on Christmas Eve because I'll be running like a chicken with my head cut off on Christmas Eve. But also that eventually we can gather together at the Eucharist and experience the peace of the Lord, experience the peace that the Prince of Peace gives. And at the end, it's actually all worth it. Let me tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone I told you this. So a lot of times people will say to me, "Oh, Father, you're heading into your busy season." And I say, "Oh, yes, very busy." The secret is this. This week is actually less busy than most weeks of the year. Because, yeah, we've got more liturgies, but all the other stuff stops. All the meetings and all the planning, like everything else gets paused, and we do these liturgies. So it's actually a little bit slower. But don't tell anyone I told you that, okay? I wouldn't want people to think that we're hanging around not working hard. So Christmas it is. Christmas Eve we have in case you're wondering what the Mass schedule is, now if it's Christmas Eve and you don't know what the Mass schedule is, then you're in real trouble. But in case you don't know, we do have Mass in a couple of hours at 7 o'clock. And that'll probably be the busiest Mass. I suspect that we will have a very full house. We have our regular 11 a.m. Music ministry. We'll be doing music at that Mass. And then our next Mass is at 9:30. There was a little bit of confusion about that one. That's the solemn liturgy, so we'll have our main choir. I guess not really called the main choir. We only have anyway the 9 a.m. music ministry. The choir will be serving us with music. That liturgy will have incense. It'll be again more of a higher solemnity, and we've timed it so that it'll finish around probably around 11:15 or so. So late enough that by the time you get home, it's not far from midnight, but also early enough as well. So the next liturgy is at 10 a.m. the next morning, and the Saturday afternoon music ministry will be serving us with music at that liturgy. So that is Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course the following weekend we have Sunday. We celebrate the resurrection. And we have our regular Sunday schedule, and then we have the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, that's taking place on what is also known as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and I believe we have our 4 p.m. Mass, the Vigil Mass, and we have one morning Mass, and that's at 10 a.m. Now, after the Mass, there's a very special event. It's a continuation of what we've been doing the last couple of years. What used to be called the New Year's Levee, that's what we used to call it. But since we have so many new people to our community, new Canadians, new people to Nova Scotia, we recognize that the traditional word of a levee, i.e. A celebratory gathering of people from the community to greet one another and to have some food and maybe a little drink to cheer the heart, is that calling that a levee is kind of, a lot of people don't quite understand what that word means. I mean, a levee is something like you drive your Chevy to. I mean, it's like people not really sure what it is. So we decided to call it Our Lady of Guadalupe New Year's Celebration. And its subtitle, I think, One Heart, Many Cultures. Even though we will be serving haggis in neeps and tatties, which of course comes from one particular culture, But there's going to be all kinds of other cultures represented, because here's the truth. Our parish, as you know, has been blessed to be, I would say, authentically Catholic. So the word Catholic comes from the Greek katholikos, which means literally according to the whole. It means universal. So our church, our faith is not defined by any one ethnicity. As wonderful as that ethnicity could be, like Scottish culture is pretty cool. As wonderful as that is, it's not, our church isn't defined by one culture. It's universal. It includes all peoples, all cultures, all ethnicities, and our parish is incredibly blessed. We have people from all over the world in our parish, so that's what we're going to celebrate. I'm going to invite you to come and bring food, perhaps that represent your culture, and even to wear a traditional dress from your culture as well. Now, in the past, at these events, I used to wear my kilt, but I think I'm too fat now for my kilt, so I may have to wear a scarf or a hat or something. Too much shortbread. Anyway, that's a whole other issue. So I look forward to seeing you there. We'll have our Mass at 10 o'clock, and after Mass, our gathering over at the school in the gymnasium. So other than that, I wish you all a very blessed and joy-filled celebration of Christmas, and I hope in the midst of all the busyness of all the celebration that you do find time to get some rest and to be at peace with the Prince of Peace. God bless everyone. Take care.